What is Keanu Reeves' net worth, salary, and career earnings? The richest motorcyclist in the world? Stay tuned to learn more about the world of rich people. Hello dear friends, Keanu Reeves is an actor, musician, producer, and philanthropist whose net worth is $380 million. Over the years, he has starred in dozens of films, some of which have earned billions of dollars at the box office. He is perhaps best known for the Matrix and John Wick franchises. Early life. Keanu Charles Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon on September 2, 1964. His mother, Patricia, is from Essex, England, and his father, Samuel, is from Hawaii. Reeves' mother met his father while working as a costume designer in Beirut. Although he spent much of his early childhood traveling the world with his mother after his father left the family when he was only 3, they finally settled in Toronto and gained Canadian citizenship in 1971. Reeves' education suffered because of dyslexia. He was expelled from several high schools. However, he made up for his lackluster grades on the ice by excelling as a goalie on his high school hockey team. After performing in his high school production of Romeo and Juliet and discovered his love of acting, Reeves left hockey and high school to pursue a career in acting. Early career. Beginning with small roles on Canadian television, commercials, and various stage productions, Reeves first appeared on the big screen in 1986 in Young Blood. He then landed several starring roles, including a major role in the critically acclaimed film The River's Edge. Reeves achieved unexpected box office success with the 1989 hit The Great Adventure of Bill and Ted, which grossed over $40 million at the box office. Reeves went on to star in a host of films, both major and independent, including the drama Breaking Point and the cult indie hit My Own Private Idaho. Success. Reeves made his name to the top of the list thanks to the success of the 1994 thriller Speed, which won 2 Academy Awards and total grosses of $350,500,000 internationally and domestically. Reeves achieved further success with his starring role in the Matrix franchise, a trilogy of sci-fi action films with total gross revenues of $1.6 billion. His work as Neo was well received and highly regarded, and the films were hugely popular. In 2014, Reeves landed the lead role as the main character in the action film John Wick, in which he played a retired assassin. Both films were critically acclaimed and box office hits. He repeated his role in 2 subsequent films. His John Wick franchise has grossed over $500 million at the box office. As of this video, Keanu's films have grossed more than $4.6 billion at the worldwide box office, adjusted for inflation. The 2019 KeanuCon, Europe's first Keanu Reeves Film Festival, was held in Glasgow, Scotland. It was held on April 27 and 28, and 9 of his films were screened over 2 days. Keanu Reeves' The Matrix Returns. Keanu landed the role of Neo in The Matrix after Will Smith turned down the role. His original salary was to be $10 million. He was also given part of the back end, which, thanks to the unexpected success of the film, resulted in total income of $35 million for the first film. That's the same as about $53 million after inflation. In August 2019, Warner Bros. Announced the 4th installment of The Matrix. Thanks to DVD sales, The Matrix was one of the best-selling DVDs of all time, and the huge box office success of the second and third films. Keanu's bonuses eventually made him the highest-paid actor of all time for a single franchise. Keanu earned at least $120 million in bonuses for the second and third films. His total income from The Matrix, by all sources, exceeds $200 million at the time of this writing. Keanu Reeves' salary highlights. Keanu earned only $3,000 for his film debut in 1986 in Young Blood. He earned $95,000 for his role in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He earned $1.2 million for the 1994 film Speed. That's the same as about $2 million adjusted for inflation. He turned down $11 million to star in the sequel to Speed. He said he was unavailable because he was touring with his band. He made $2 million for Johnny Mnemonic and $8 million for Devil's Advocate. Personal life. Jennifer Syme, who was Reeves' girlfriend throughout the 90s, gave birth to their stillborn daughter, Ava Archer Syme Reeves, on December 24, 1999. Grief affected their relationship, and they broke up a few weeks later. In April 2001, Syme was involved in a car accident and died on impact. At the time, Reeves was scheduled to begin filming the Matrix sequels up close and personal and was looking for time to deal with the incident before he began filming. In 2008, he was dating China Cho. He has never been married and is notoriously quiet about his personal life. Reeves is not religious but is interested in Buddhism and describes himself as spiritual. In 2014, two stalkers broke into Keanu's home in the Hollywood Hills. The first occurred on September 12 when he woke up to a stalker in his library who told him she was there to meet him. He called the police after a quiet conversation with her. 3 days later, a second stalker broke into his house through a gate that Reeves' cleaners had left unlocked. The stalker undressed and showered in his bathroom before swimming naked in his pool. Reeves was not home at the time, but the cleaning crew alerted the police and the stalker was removed. Reeves has a cancer charity that he founded but chose not to associate his name with. He supports PETA, Stand Up to Cancer, and the Sick Kids Foundation. As for his own endeavors, in addition to acting, Reeves played a bass guitar in the band Dogstar for many years in the 90s. He's also an avid motorcyclist and co-founder of a company that makes custom motorcycles, ARC Motorcycle Company. He also co-founded the production company Company Films. Reeves is the founder of a small publication called Ex-Artist Books. He has written 2 books himself, Ode to Happiness and Shadows. An inside look at Keanu Reeves' Beverly Hills mansion. The $8,070,000 house. Keanu Reeves' fortune is $360 million, so it makes sense that he spent a lot of money on real estate. Keanu Reeves lives in an $8,070,000 home. According to Velvet Ropes, the house was built in 1988 and has a courtyard, a 3-car garage, and a pool. The home is 5,607 square feet with 3 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms. As Velvet Ropes explains, shedding some light on how much this house is worth. Keep in mind that according to real estate estimates, the average home in these areas sells for about $1,725,000. His condo is literally 223% higher than the average listing price. Even crazier is the fact that the property has been valued at $3.22 million since he bought it in 2003 for $4.85 million. The site also mentions that there have been reports that Reeves has a house in Malibu, but that doesn't seem to be the case. A peek inside. People can't help but be curious when they learn about the celebrity's mansion. It's tempting to take a virtual tour or at least see a few pictures of what the interior looks like. A house like this must have an incredible kitchen, maybe with a beautiful island, and some interesting features. According to Velvet Ropes, there are no photos of what the mansion looks like inside. This proves just how secretive Keanu Reeves can be, and while it's disappointing, it makes sense. Happy home. Keanu Reeves talked about how happy he was to put down roots and buy a house. According to the Brampton Guardian, the actor said he used to travel alone and lead a gypsy life. When he once performed at a San Remo music festival, he said he would have several rental houses in Los Angeles, but there was nothing compared to the feeling of having his own home. It's great to hear him talk about it, and it's also very important for anyone who is a new homeowner. He said, "And so for several years I searched and I've had a wonderful experience. When you walk into a place and think, oh, this is it, so I was able to live in this place, in the house where I live now. It gives you something, it's a safe place, a place to rest, a place to think, to have fun. It's great to have it." Keanu Reeves' collection of cars and motorcycles. Volvo 122. This green Volvo 122 is the first car in Reeves' car collection. It has an inline 4-cylinder engine that produces 86 horsepower and 140 Nm of peak torque. This all-wheel drive car is paired with a 4-speed manual transmission and has a top speed of 92 miles per hour. This Volvo is a pretty slow car, but if you need a car for daily commutes, this might be a good choice. There are many more cars on today's car market that can easily beat it without any doubt. Porsche 911 Carrera. The black Porsche 911 Carrera has a 3-liter twin-turbocharged 6-cylinder engine with 444 horsepower and 530 Nm of maximum torque. It accelerates to 0 from 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 seconds and has a top speed of 250 miles per hour. The Mercedes-Benz GLE. The Mercedes-AMG GLE 53 has a 3-liter turbocharged, electrically supercharged V6 engine powered by an electric motor. that produces a 429 horsepower of maximum power and 384 pound-per-feet of maximum torque. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission though, and offers all-wheel drive as standard. It can accelerate to 0 from 60 in just 4.7 seconds. The air suspension does an excellent job of cornering without sacrificing ride quality. The Bugatti Veyron. Meeting the Guinness World Record limit, an unprecedented speed of 431.0 in 72 km per hour was achieved, and the Veyron was noted as the fastest super sports car of its time. The Veyron 16.4 Super Sport is completely sold out. Ferrari LaFerrari. The LaFerrari is one of the greatest Ferrari models ever made. It has an atmospheric V12 engine and one electric motor that combine to produce 949 horsepower and help the Ferrari reach the top speed of 217 miles per hour. If you'd like us to do a full breakdown of Keanu Reeves' cars and motorcycle collection, write in the comments.